Catch us up on sort of what the morning's been about. There was a bit of a back and forth about how much of these minor witnesses would be seen or heard on camera.
That's right, Chuck. And, this morning clearly has been about hearing from the bystanders, hearing from people who saw it for themselves, not focusing just on that video, but the person who shot the video and recorded the video, the witness and bystander who was the most vocal person in that video. And now you're hearing from some of the minors who were there, 17-year-old, the third grader who were there watching, hearing George Floyd plead for his life. And that's what the focus has been all throughout the morning. I think a few things that you're hearing from inside the courtroom, from the reporters who are able to watch the interactions and the reaction from the jury, you're getting a sense that the jury has been focused and listening intently. We knew yesterday that the jury really was connecting with what they heard from Mr. Williams. As he turned to them, he looked them in the eye, he would explain different martial arts and chokehold terms to them very clearly. There was a connection there, and it seemed like that is something that was built upon today. Many jurors taking notes throughout the testimony. One thing that the pool reporter, so one of the two reporters in that room, one thing that they said is that when we heard from Darnella, that was the young woman who shot the video, most of the jurors weren't taking notes. They were listening to her testimony directly. So you get a sense of how emotional this all is. And then one other thing, you're getting a sense of the tension that can exist between the defense attorney and some of these witnesses. You really heard that during Mr. Williams' testimony, as the defense attorney would try to say, you were becoming angry. And Mr. Williams would say, I don't want to be painted as angry. I was under control. What I saw was murder. You get a sense of the complexities of how that happens in the courtroom, the tensions, what each side is trying to point out. Of course, the defense attorney is trying to make significant points, talking about the crowd that was gathering, for example. That was something that he even mentioned with his questioning of Darnella, talking about the level, how animated they got and how loud they got as the officers were trying to restrain Mr. Floyd. So you're getting a sense that we're going through the people who saw it for themselves, kind of getting away from the video. Right. But of course, it was that video that still remains the focus of all of this, Chuck.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.